To itself and not the amuse-bouche ahead of the varsity finals tomorrow.
Absolutely, and right from the get-go, Belmont attempting a short kick in Vancouver College, starting with very good field position.
See what the Fighting Irish are able to do with this as they begin the game from their own 42. Of course, the lines here on the field, Jay, are set up for the 55 or 110-yard Canadian field. So I had to do a little mental math there, but it looks like Vancouver College picks up about 2.5 yards on the game's opening carry.
Yeah, all Mason Palmer there got stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but continued to drive his legs to pick up 3 yards. Did that all on his own.
2nd and 7. As this game was delayed, and we will tell you more about that in just a moment. But right now, Noah Gonzalez with a handoff into the hands of Mason Palmer, and a big carry as he muscled that one forward about 15, if not close to 20 yards. And we have a Fighting Irish first down.
Wow, and Kyle Harrington, the head coach of the Belmont Bulldogs, he said to me during the week, he said the number one thing he said to me was, we've just got to slow down their running game, their potent running game for Vancouver College, coming out in a pro set with eye backs.
And it's been nothing but running game so far, as we'll see if Noah Gonzalez looks to the sky. So we're next to the airport here at McLeod Stadium. Gonzalez takes the snap and will hand the ball off yet again for a run, as once again Mason Palmer is breaking loose. Far out of bounds, just ahead of the 5. 1st and goal from the 6. Another monster carry for Palmer.
Wow, there you go. I love the old style football, just eye back, pro set. Bromley kicking out from the fullback position, tight end, all the offensive linemen blocking down, kick out block, and Palmer doing the rest. And nice job by Faulkner coming across to save that touchdown.
And why not keep going back to the run game when Mason Palmer is showing these kind of results early? Vancouver College knocking on the door in the game's opening drive. Noah Gonzalez takes the snap. He'll hand the ball off to Palmer yet again. This time he's eyeing the left side. And Belmont swarming at the line to prevent him from going too far this time.
Yeah, the big hoggies up front for Vancouver College. Left tackle, Eric Lackner. Left guard, Rain Mandick. And the center, Ben Wright. Number 56, James Newman Bennett, the right guard. And the right tackle, Matthias Sopiez. Open up some big holes, but good job by Belmont there to close that down on first down.
Still a gain, but a minimal one. Pickup of maybe 2 yards on that last carry for Mason Palmer as the Bulldogs hope to deny a touchdown, but it's 2nd and goal. Gonzalez hands the ball off for a cut up the middle, and this time they will break the plane and make it in for a touchdown. Vancouver College opening the scoring less than 2.5 minutes into the game.
Wow, that didn't take long. Again, all the outstanding player, Mason Palmer, who also had quite a bit of playing time, Justin, with the varsity team this year. But Mason Palmer, 6 carries in a row, marching the ball all the way down the field. Looks like Vancouver College is going to elect to go for a 2-point convert. But again, look for them just to continue to run off tackle. Sooner or later, they will run a little play action, a little power pass, a little flood pass, where they're going to fake that power and look for the tight end and fullback in the flat. Anybody catch the tight end's number?
Gonzalez over center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, will pass, looking to the end zone, and it is plucked out of the sky. Successful 2-point convert as that one is grabbed by number 8, Luca Bubas.
Wow, here you go. Just a little play action pass, the old tight end throwback. Love that play where the fake the power to the right-hand side. Tight end comes from the right-hand side, comes all the way across the formation. Very, very difficult to defend that play with the play-action pass. And again, Vancouver College jumping out to an early start, 8-0 Vancouver College. And I tell you, when the coaches draw it up, that's exactly how they would draw it up. And coming out of the gates, again, 6 plays, marching down the field, all Mason Palmer.
That's extra impressive, of course, Jay, when you consider the reason why this game was delayed. We were supposed to get underway more than half an hour ago, but had an injury stoppage before the game even got started, and that was because the big centerman for Vancouver College, number 77, Carlos Declan, suffered a leg injury coming off the field after the big team huddle, the big team cheer, I suppose, after the coin toss and anthems.
Yeah.
And that can be a demoralizing thing to see that happen to your teammate, and of course it can kill your momentum to have to wait so long to get a game started. But clearly Vancouver College coming out of this one, out the gates anyways, like they were fired out of a cannon. And a short return off a squib kick. Both teams trying for the short kick here today at McLeod, Jay.
Yeah, exactly. Just interesting to see how the philosophy is of both teams as far as their special teams are concerned. They know that both teams know that they're very dangerous return players from the Belmont team and, of course, from Vancouver College.
All right, we'll see if the Belmont Bulldogs can answer. The Fighting Irish were able to get a touchdown on their first drive of the day. And on the first drive for the Bulldogs, it's Kylan Falconer who is the ball carrier, and he stopped up at the line of scrimmage, though there is some discussion going on here with the officials. It looks like we've got a penalty on the offense.
Yeah, we've got procedure again, maybe just a little bit of early game jitters here. The wide receiver to this side just jumped a little bit early, and again, early game jitters that definitely could play a part in the first quarter.
Austin Simpson with the pass. Gavin Thompson, the intended receiver, as they were eyeing the far sideline. That pass incomplete.
Yeah, Belmont just running a simple go route from the wide receiver and the inside receiver running an out pattern. And again, Vancouver College defensively had excellent coverage there.
Austin Simpson deep in the pocket, takes the snap, will peel out to the left side, gets that pass away, and it's picked off. Back the other way is Oscar Chung for the Fighting Irish, and he's brought down just outside the 20. Vancouver College going to get their offense right back on the field from just outside the red zone. They'll begin their next drive from the 22 after Austin Simpson was picked off by Oscar Chung.
Wow, Oscar Chung just right there on the spot. Cover 2 defense where the corners are up in the flat, safeties are playing deep. Austin rolled out to his left-hand side there, didn't see the cornerback that kind of has that flat responsibility, and he knows that all he has to do is look for that inside receiver running the breakout, and he did a great job. Excellent play by Oscar Chung to pick that ball off.
And of course that sends Noah Gonzalez back out there. He's only got 1 pass on his record so far today, and it was a completion for a 2-point convert. We'll go right back to the running game this time, however, and why not when it's working this good? My goodness, a 20-yard carry for Jaden de Guzman on his first touch of the ball today.
Yeah, a nice job by Vancouver College. Just changing it up a little bit. What I call an ace formation, tight end to the right-hand side, flanker on the right-hand side, wide receiver to the left with the slot back. Again, a very tough offense to defend. You have to walk those linebackers out a little bit, and the run support is not as prevalent as it would be in the I-back situation.
Close to 20 yards on that carry, maybe 19 when it's all said and done, but they'll go right back to the running game yet again, and this time it's a different ball carrier once more. Rogan Bromley will carry into the end zone and get a second rushing TD for Vancouver College here today, not even 4 minutes into this ball game.
Boy, again, that's the start that Vancouver College certainly wants. And, Rogan Bromley, the big, strong fullback who also plays on the varsity football team. And, boy, you're going to be hearing Rogan's name a lot in the next couple of years. Of course, his brother had an outstanding career with Vancouver College as well, and now is playing for the Queen's Golden Gale. So, bro, you're out there. I'm sure you're listening to this game, watching the game, seeing your little big brother score a touchdown.
As once again, Noah Gonzalez hangs onto the ball on the two-point convert. This time he'll run it in himself. Like they could field 3 or 4 teams with that sideline, but right now, kick return for the Belmont Bulldogs, tackled and brought down just shy of the 40. See where they spot this one, but I do believe the Bulldogs will begin this drive from their own 37.
Okay. Good job, Justin, of figuring out these yard markers.
You almost have to do geometry and
it's difficult.
Carry the one.
Yeah, well, the yard markers are blocked by, of course, the player standing in front. So that's exactly what you have to do. And let's see if they are going to change the field maybe in a couple of years to go with the CFL.
It might happen sooner than later. Yeah, well, that's something to watch here at McLeod over the next couple of seasons to be sure. But something to watch right now is the smothering defense of Vancouver College, who once again just allowed Belmont to get nothing going there on first down.
Yeah, there's Rogan Bromley from his linebacker position coming up and just making a big, big tackle again. When you are able to tackle somebody 4 yards deep in the backfield, that's just a great job of, kind of anticipating that snap count and blitzing through that hole. Again, it's Rogan is playing nose guard, by the way. He's defensive lineman.
Once again, they'll go to the sky, and this time the pass is complete for Belmont. Austin Simpson connecting with Gavin Thompson, and they will move the sticks for Bulldogs first down.
Yeah, absolutely huge play for this Bulldog offense. They really, really have to get something going here. I mean, just under 8 minutes left still in this first quarter, and Vancouver College up 16-0. So the Bulldogs have really tried to get something going on this drive, coming out in a trips formation.
And not only have they marched the ball into enemy territory with that play, maybe a confidence builder as well, as another completed pass here on first down for a 6-yard gain. Austin Simpson's pass finding Austin Ward. And the aerial game starting to work for these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had a chance to work with Austin Simpson years ago. And again, a very, very capable passer. And you can certainly see by the last 2 throws that he's made, he's kind of getting on rhythm here after an early interception.
This time they'll hand the ball off for a run up the gut. And it didn't look like there was going to be a hole to run through, but it suddenly materialized. And that'll be a pickup of at least 3.5 yards on that carry. We'll see where this ball is spotted. Indeed, just shy of the first down. It is 3rd and 1.
Yeah, big call coming up here, but certainly in 2-down territory, especially with the situation with Vancouver College being up 16-0. So Belmont is very explosive, though. They scored 42 points last week as they beat GW Graham 42-35 in the semifinal.
Simpson calls his own number. The QB keeper on 3rd down. He only needed 1 yard, and he came up with, I believe, at least 3. Either way, it's a first down for the Belmont Bulldogs.
Yeah, Austin Simpson showing his versatility, able to throw the ball, and now, again, being able to run the ball. And we talked last week so much about the effectiveness of a quarterback being able to run the football. We have certainly seen that with Elijah Black and the Mowat Hawks at the AAA varsity level.
1st and 10 from the Vancouver College 34, and it's a long bomb. They were eyeing the end zone with a pass that I believe was intended for Tristan Sipis, but just a little bit overthrown there, Jay, and it will fall incomplete.
Yeah, look at like a little bit of a miscommunication there. Austin thought the receiver was going to go deep. The receiver ran a curl route, and obviously an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd down. So important for this Bulldog team against a strong defense like Vancouver College to try to get something on 1st down.
And everybody was eyes on the sidelines for a moment there. Austin Simpson and his entire receiving crew receiving instructions from their head coach as they'll go 2nd and 10 now. Pass complete. It's a short pass. Yards coming after the catch, but a good many yards. Pickup of, I believe, about 7 on that pass. And that one was complete to Tristan Sipis.
Yeah, nice job of just kind of spreading the ball around a little bit here by Belmont and going on the ball, going tempo. They're looking over at Coach. Coach is calling the play from the sideline, so really tough for the Vancouver College defense to adjust and change up the defense.
3rd and 3.5, and they may have just drawn the defense offside. I believe they've done just that. Penalty flag. And it should be going against the defense here. I believe we're looking at a Bulldogs 1st down.
Yeah, that's an easy call for the referees. And we've got the experience. We've got the Hall of Famer out there, Mr. Walter Becker, his son Dan Becker. Also in the crew, Brian Finley, Todd Nordstrom Young, and Kent Taylor. So experienced group of referees out there today. And again, it's nice to see that we have such experienced referees and led by the Hall of Famer, the Sarge, Mr. Walter Becker.
A father-son crew here today, too.
There you go.
Fun. Simpson's pass picked off again. My goodness. An interception on a diving effort by Alejandro Lando. Huge play for the Vancouver College defense to crush what was looking like a very promising drive for the Bulldogs.
Wow, Alejandro, another young man that I've had a chance to work with, and he is just such a great athlete, and boy, did he ever show his athleticism there. Coach Alex, his dad, is certainly going to be proud of the fact that he's come down with a 2nd interception for Vancouver College. Again, just under 5 minutes left in this 1st quarter.
What great action we've seen already in this one from Vancouver College, who begin this drive on their own 20-yard line. Hand off, and they will run the ball yet again, and it's another big successful carry. Forced out of bounds was Liam McDonald. That was, I'm trying to do the mental math on how far he went there, Jay, but it looks like north of 30 yards, close to 34.
Boy, I tell you, that offensive line is just opening up huge holes. And I tell you, Vancouver College has done just an excellent job of being able to control the ball on the ground. And Kyle Harrington, the head coach for Belmont, again, told me during the week, that's exactly what they have to do. They have to stop the Vancouver. They have to slow down that potent running game. And college can hurt you with so many different weapons.
Absolutely. It looked like it was going to be the Mason Palmer show after the first drive of the day, but so far they're switching it up and finding success no matter who they put the ball in the hands of out of the backfield. That was a long bomb pass, though, right there out of the hands of Noah Gonzalez, and that one incomplete.
Yeah, I like the call from Coach Taggart. Again, play action pass on first down, an excellent call, faking the off-tackle search play to the right-hand side and looking for the tight end from the backside on a little bit of a post route. But again, Belmont had pretty good coverage there and did a nice job of snuffing that one out. A little bit overthrown from Noah Gonzalez, the quarterback.
Now, ordinarily in a second and long situation, you'd think they're probably going to throw the ball here, Jay, but they've been peeling off 10, 15, 20 yards on the run, and they're going to try and do it yet again, and they will do just that in the hands of Liam McDonald. It's another first down, Vancouver College, as he will peel off a good 14 yards on the carry. Actually, call it 11, but still a first down.
Still a first down, exactly, over the left tackle, Eric Lackner and Rain Mandic doing an excellent job of just opening up a huge hole for those running backs to run through today. Again, Vancouver College showing their dominance running the football on the ground.
Liam McDonald has been the sauce on this drive. The secret sauce, I should say, though, like I said, they've had good luck. No matter who they put that ball in the hands of, they were trying to connect on a pass there from Noah Gonzalez to Owen Vass, but that ball just bounced off the tips of his fingers and will fall incomplete.
Yeah, you see so many of these names that are very familiar because they are familiar, of course. Scott Vass, the athletic director and the strength coach for Vancouver College, his son out there playing. Scott was a great player at Simon Fraser University and has done an outstanding job with Vancouver College strength program, running those kids through training programs from the 8 to 12 level.
Gonzalez right over center will take the snap and hand the ball off once again to Liam McDonald. This time, the Belmont Bulldogs keying in on what the Fighting Irish have liked to do on this drive, but even though they knew it was coming, he was still able to pick up 4 yards on the carry, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Vancouver College running the counter tray play to the left-hand side, pulling the right guard and the right tackle, trying to open up a seam. But the backside defensive end did a nice job from Belmont to nullify that gain.
Gonzalez now deep in the pocket, just one man in the backfield beside him. Takes a snap, hands the ball off, and they will put it again in the hands of Liam McDonald, and he will again rumble for a good 8 yards on the carry and move the sticks for a VC first down.
Yeah, Liam McDonald doing just a great job of yak yards, so yards after contact. Again, running through the left-hand side, the Belmont defensive lineman had a hold of him, but Liam just did an outstanding job of continuing to drive his legs and picking up another first down for Vancouver College.
First and 10 now, just outside the red zone. Ball on the 21. Gonzalez. Right over center. Takes a snap. Will hand the ball off yet again to Liam McDonald. And he is pressed back. The Bulldogs read that play all the way, Jay, and I think they were still able to pick up maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain. We'll see where this is spotted.
Yeah, better job by the Belmont defense. Again, so difficult to stop the run against Vancouver College. But again, Belmont is here for a reason. They're in this championship game for a reason, and they've showed excellent defense throughout the year. And let's see if they can come up with a big stop here. Again, crucial part of this football game, even though it's still early or still in the first quarter.
Pitch play for a run. Sweep to the near sideline, back in the hands of Mason Palmer. And he is forced out of bounds at the 10-yard line. And it'll bring up first and goal for the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, Palmer, again, very dangerous when he gets to the outside. And, of course, Kensley, his dad, outstanding player in his own right, and is also, of course, coaching with the Vancouver College here. And again, it's just interesting to see all the father-son combinations that we are seeing with Vancouver College, the coaching staff and the players.
11 yards on that last carry for number 11. And he has been just excellent in this first quarter. Gonzalez will hand the ball off again, and it is Rogan Bromley once more for his second touchdown of the game. The running game continuing to pay dividends for the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, again, turnovers costly, and of course Belmont throwing their second interception, and Vancouver College being able to drive 68 yards all the way down the field, primarily on the ground. And again, Bromley with another big touchdown. Rogan showing his power and just showing that his burst from his tailback position. Vancouver College come out in that ace formation, tight end, wide receiver, slot back. Here on this convert attempt by Vancouver College.
2-point convert has worked well for the Fighting Irish so far. And the last one was carried into the end zone by Noah Gonzalez himself. This time he's feeling pressure, will get the pass away. Pass that was intended for Owen Vass, but I believe there was a Bulldog who got a hand on that in the air and is able to tip it to the ground, incomplete.
Yeah, again, they're looking for that 2-point convert again. They're still up 22-0 here. Coach Taggart's having a word with his quarterback. Looked like maybe he wanted him to throw to a different receiver out there, but throwing a little bit behind, as you said, though, Justin. Maybe that ball was tipped by a Belmont defender. So lots of football left here, guys. Next game, if you can't make it here to McLeod Park, we usually say that it's really cold. We're very fortunate here, Justin, to have such a great day. You're looking out, we're not seeing any sunshine, but we're certainly not seeing any rain, and the flags are still honestly on the goalposts.
If for a late November outdoor football game in BC, I don't think you could ask for better than what we've been treated to weather-wise here today at McLeod.
4 o'clock, Argyle Pipers against the John Barsby Bulldogs coming up, so don't go away, folks, and lots of football left, and again, a great day of football tomorrow as well.
Kickoff gathered in at the 14. If I eyed those sidelines correctly anyways. And that is Tristan Sipes on the kick return, who I believe was able to carry that ball a good 20 yards before being brought down. And Belmont will begin this drive from their own 34.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Harrington has, talked to his players, hey guys, you know what? Let's just take this one play at a time right now. We're still in this ball game, and let's just try to sustain a drive. We're going to receive the second half kickoff, and let's try to get something going here on offense.
Austin Simpson going deep, and he's picked off on the first play of the drive. Another big interception for this Vancouver College defense, as once again Alejandro Lando with his second massive INT.
Yeah, Lando coming down again, just kind of playing center field there. Austin getting that ball a little bit late. You young quarterbacks out there, one thing about throwing the deep passes, make sure you throw it early. So many times you see receivers waiting and waiting and waiting for the ball to come down, but if you get that ball away quick, just 3-step, 1-step, whatever it is that drop you're taking, just throw that ball quickly and anticipate that receiver getting open instead of waiting for him to get open.
Once again, Vancouver College gets their offense back out on the field. They'll begin this drive from their own 47, and I thought we just saw a false start from the defense, but there's no flag on the play. Instead, it's a pass that is complete to Owen Vass. And I believe he was bumped out of bounds following a gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, nice job by Gonzalez picking up that blitz and just getting that ball away quickly to Vass on a simple breakout. But Belmont's blitzing, that's for sure. They are coming out in their 4-2 look, and those middle linebackers are blitzing. So, again, Vancouver College, their offensive line doing a great job. Ben Wright, the center, jumping in there for the injured Carlos Declan, is doing an excellent job at his center position. His shotgun snaps are perfect today.
And part of me wonders if this performance we've seen in the opening quarter, Jay, is almost a fired-up performance from this whole team in tribute to their teammate who suffered an injury before this game got started. Though, as I say that, Noah Gonzalez gets bumped in the backfield and finally wrapped up and brought down. A sack by number 54, Chase Adams of the Belmont Bulldogs.
Yeah, Chase Adams, one of the outstanding two-way players for Belmont, did an excellent job of maintaining his leverage there and doing a great job of bringing down Noah Gonzalez. So big play trying to get this defense, trying to get their team fired up here, and that's the big play that Belmont really needs.
A loss of 8 yards, 9 yards, in fact, on that sack will bring up 3rd and 11. A 22-point lead on the board for Vancouver College with just over a minute remaining in the game's opening quarter. As VC goes right back to the run game in the hands of Liam McDonald, and he was so successful on the last drive. Why not give him another shot? I believe that will move the sticks. No.
It's going to be close there. Oh, yeah. No, they called first. Yeah.
I thought they might move the chains out onto the field for a measurement, but they do indeed signal first down. That's 11 yards on the carry for Liam McDonald.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Coach Taggart showing great confidence in his offense to run the ball on 3rd and 10 and picking up a big first down for Vancouver College, Fighting Irish.
Noah Gonzalez. Takes a long snap and will hand the ball off immediately. They try to run it on first down in the hands of Liam McDonald, and this time he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Riley Christensen blitzing from his linebacker position does an excellent job of corralling the Vancouver College running back, and actually a loss of a full yard on that play as the end of the first quarter comes down. But again, Vancouver College 22-0 against Belmont, just exactly what they wanted to do. And again, they've got the ball and are continuing to drive down the field.
And turnovers have been the name of this game so far. Some big interceptions, 3 of them in fact. The first for Oscar Chung, and then 2 for Alejandro Lando on consecutive drives as well. Just back-breaking interceptions, stopping the Belmont Bulldogs from getting anything going offensively in that first quarter.
Is that Dan's son? Grandson. No, Dan's son. Dan's son, yes. Yeah. Gives us a chance to mention that, Argyle Pipers JV championship game coming up at 4 o'clock today against John Barsby. Hopefully Barsby's having a nice, safe trip over on the ferry with Coach Rob Stevenson. Tomorrow, we're back in BC Place. 12 o'clock, the traditional All-Star game now. 5th year in a row that Mr. Kremler, the president of BC High School Football, has organized this great event. So the All-Star game at 12, 3 o'clock Argyle and Vernon, 6 o'clock Lord Tweedsmuir and Mowat. So big day of football tomorrow. Hopefully you can make it down to BC Place. If not, then we will be doing the webcast.
Teams have changed sides for the beginning of the second quarter here as the Vancouver College Fighting Irish go right back to the run game on the first play of the quarter, putting the ball in the hands of who else but Liam McDonald. And on a 2nd and long situation, they needed 11 yards. I think he picked up about 15 on that carry. It's a first down for the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, Vancouver College coming out in an I-back formation. All the offensive linemen, the tight end on the left-hand side, reach blocking, driving their feet, trying to maintain leverage with those defensive linemen of Belmont, and McDonald did an excellent job of just patience, and then cutting up the hole. A little kind of Derrick Henry-ish there by accelerating and picking up another first down.
Noah Gonzalez deep in the pocket, takes the snap, looking to the sky, the pass is away, downfield, and it's intercepted. A turnover this time for the Belmont Bulldogs as that ball was plucked out of the sky by Kylan Falconer, and the Bulldogs take possession.
Well, there's a big turnover that Belmont certainly needs. There's a flag down on the play, but it looks like it's going to be a legal man downfield against Vancouver College, and of course Belmont is going to decline that. As the first big break for Belmont comes up with the interception from Gonzalez. So nice job by Belmont defending that deep pass.
And it does put them deep in their own side of center. The Belmont Bulldogs beginning this drive from their own 5-yard line. And And they're going to start this drive with a running play, but it is stopped for a loss. Not all the way back in the end zone, I don't believe, for a safety, but I do believe they're going to be spotted basically on the goal line. 2nd and 15.
Yeah, boy, just a host of Vancouver College defenders in on that tackle. Again, great anticipation, and when you can come up with a loss of 5 yards on first down on a run play, boy, you're playing solid defense.
Once again, Austin Simpson will step out of the pocket and carry the ball himself this time. Gain of about 11 yards on that carry, and they'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Rob Kozakowski, who I talked to during the week, talked about how dangerous Belmont can be, certainly. But again, Coach Kozakowski, a veteran coach, was a great player at Simon Fraser University, and of course, Rob Kozakowski, again, the defensive coordinator, has got his defense ready to play football today. 3 interceptions thus far in the first quarter alone.
And a strong run there from Austin Simpson gets him out of danger territory a little bit, out of his own end zone, can breathe a little easier as he takes the snap for 3rd down. Will hand the ball off for a rush up the gut in the hands of Kylan Falconer. He tried to muscle his way forward after being wrapped up, and he will pick up enough yards to move the sticks, just barely, 3.5. And it's a first down for Belmont.
Big first down for Belmont here, coming out deep in their own end. But Vancouver College, I like what they're doing on defense. They're just playing very, very aggressive blitzing, playing a covered 0 look. And let's see if Belmont can take advantage of that situation. Now they're coming back into a zone defense.
Austin Simpson will take the snap and run the ball himself. Cutting toward the near sideline, able to cut up for a gain of about 4. We'll see how they spot this one, but I believe it should be. In fact, they'll give him 5. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, nice pickup by Austin running over that right side. And you get a chance to talk about the offensive line for Belmont. Logan McKay, big, strong right tackle. Owen Cromack, the right guard. Quinton Blade at center. Chase Adams at left guard, and Karis Vandermeide at left tackle, number 78.
Simpson, quick pass away, and it is nearly intercepted. Pass into double coverage. The intended receiver was Liam Ford, but there were not one, but 2 members of the VC defense swarming to nab that one out of the sky. Oscar Chung, in particular, is shaking his head as he walks away. He knows he nearly had his 2nd INT of the day.
Yeah, Vancouver College changing up their coverage, going from cover 0 to cover 1 to cover 2. I like the change up here that Coach Kozakowski has got going on with his defensive scheme, coming out and looking like another cover 2 look.
Big 3rd down here for Belmont as they'll put the ball right back in the hands of the quarterback, but it's a trick reversal. That ball being carried the other direction by number 6, Liam Ford. Unfortunately, that trick play is all for naught. It's a loss of 4 yards, and it'll bring up 4th and 9.
Yeah, that did not fool Oscar Chiang, who, of course, had the interception earlier in this ball game, the first interception for Vancouver College, and Oscar did a nice job of snuffing out that reverse play. I like the call by Belmont. I like the fact that they're running a little bit of trickery early in the game, and especially in such an important time of the game here. And again, Vancouver College defense was not fooled.
I believe we have not so much an injury stoppage as an equipment issue that will send a member of the Belmont Bulldogs sprinting to the sidelines.
And first punt of the ball game here.
Indeed.
From Belmont, coming out in a tight punt formation here. Let's see if Vancouver College looks like they're setting up a return.
Liam Ford was just the ball carrier. Now he'll kick this ball away. It's a punt that comes down just inside the 50 at the Belmont 49. And what a return this is. My goodness, Vancouver College going to take it all the way to the house in the hands of number 6, Kai Carter. Special teams now getting a touchdown on the board for the Fighting Irish.
Wow, 51 yards to Pater. Just an outstanding job. And Kai Carter, just another dangerous football player, of course, for Vancouver College. His dad, Steve, I had a chance to coach him at UBC, and he was a fast player when he played at UBC. And Steve, I don't know if Kai's a little faster than you, maybe. I don't know. He sure did a great job of taking off and running that football down the left-hand sideline, a product of the White Rock Minor Football Titans. And again, so many of these players, played community football growing up, and a lot from White Rock, West Side Warriors, of course, and Belmont has great feeder programs as well in Victoria.
As the Fighting Irish looking for a 2-point convert. Yet again, they're 2 for 3 in their attempts so far today, and they will go 3 for 4 now, as that one is ran into the end zone by Rogan Bromley.
Yeah, looks like they had a new fullback in there, Quinton Yancana, and Dad Joe's out there coaching away, giving a little congratulations to his fullback lead blocker there, opening up a huge hole for Rogan. And Joe Yancana, just a chance to mention, Big Joe was a BC champion way back when with the John Oliver Jokers. Ron Turner, of course, the defense coordinator now with the varsity team for Vancouver College. But when Ron Turner coached at John Oliver and Willie Loftus and Joey Yancana, they had a great football team. I remember battling those guys for many, many years. And nice to see Joey Yancana, who, of course, runs Game Ready in North Vancouver. Great program, great club in North Vancouver. And it's good to see Joe out here coaching his boy, and did a nice job on that kick-out block to spring Bromley for another 2-point convert. 30-0, Vancouver College up in this ball game.
I know. You take a quick look at that score, Jay, you'd think this has been a huge day for the Vancouver College offense, which it certainly has, but I don't think that necessarily tells the story of how they've built this lead, because it has been the defense really setting them up to succeed. Those interceptions, absolutely pivotal, and of course, a special teams touchdown, as we just saw. It's a complete team success across the board at this point.
Yeah, absolutely, and no question that Coach Taggart's offense is on fire. They're rolling, on full cylinders here. Rob Kazakowski, the defensive coordinator, of course, has got his defense playing great with 3 interceptions and turnovers, and special teams have done a great job of, scoring a touchdown as well. So, again, like you said, all phases of the game.
And it is still early going in the grand scheme of things for the Belmont Bulldogs. Lots of time for them to get back in this game, though the first play of this drive is stopped for a loss of 2 and will bring up 2nd and 12.
Yeah, we get a chance to mention Quinton Yancana again, showing his versatility from not only his fullback position but also from his defensive end position. He's fired up out there, Quinton.
Austin Simpson takes a snap, steps back in the pocket, gets the pass away, complete to number 14, Austin Ward. Ward wrapped up, but he's still able to pump his feet and pick up a couple of yards after contact. Short pass, however, so not a lot of pickup on that. 4 yards or so will bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, you just have to commend these coaches, Justin. I mean, it's a long season. You got to remember that most of these coaches are, full-time teachers, right, or have full-time jobs. And late nights, I can still remember the late nights staying up and, game planning, watching the film. And, of course, now it's great because, so many of these teams are in the huddle program. And, boy, I tell you, though, these guys when I talked to Milan Boljensic during the week, the Argyle JV coach, he's just, I'm tired, coach. I coached Milan years ago, and again, I know the feeling. They're just running on adrenaline right now, and to get to this championship game is just congratulations to all these players, all these coaches for their great effort. And only one team, of course, can come out as a champion, and right now Vancouver College JVs have done an outstanding job on both sides of the ball, and also, of course, with their special teams with their big return. So busy time, of course, out here. Busy time with BC School Sports. We had a chance to talking about coaches being busy. Jordan Abney, the executive director of BC School Sports. Hats off to you, Jordan, and your crew. If you don't already, you can follow them on Instagram. And
they got lots and lots of things going on today even.
Volleyball championships. I think there's 4 different championships going on, boys and girls. They finished with swimming. Field hockey's over for the year. Cross country. Boy, Jordan, I tell you, you guys are doing an outstanding job at BC School Sports, running all of these programs. And
we just had a chance to tell you all about that, of course, because there was an injury stoppage. Austin Ward leaving the field for the Belmont Bulldogs. Right now, however, Austin Simpson with a complete pass downfield, connecting with Kylan Falconer, and Falconer's off to the races, dodging tackles left and right, finally wrapped up and brought down just outside the 20. One of the biggest plays offensively of the day for the Bulldogs so far.
37 yards, a great call. I love the call from Coach Harrington. Just a little screen pass. Excellent call against a very physical, aggressive defense. And boy, I tell you, their offensive line, that right side of that offensive line, Cromack and McKay, Blade, Adams, and Vandermeer did an excellent job of getting downfield and blocking for number 1 as he made a big play for the Bulldogs.
Falconer's made a couple big plays. He had an INT earlier in this game defensively as well. And that was a high ball eyeing the end zone, perhaps. A little outside the end zone, I suppose, but that intended receiver was Tristan Cypus, and that ball will fall incomplete to bring up 2nd and 10 from just outside the red zone. They're on the 22.
Yeah, let's see if Belmont comes back to that screen sometime today. They also had a little bit of success, Justin, in the first quarter with the bubble screen from a trips formation, and they're in that trips formation right now. Let's see if they can get the ball to their slot back on a little bubble screen and get the wide receivers to block downfield.
Austin Simpson peeling out of the pocket towards the left side, gets that pass away complete near the sideline. Gathered in for a gain of 5 yards before it was knocked out of bounds. And I believe that was Tristan Cypus yet again. This time he is able to gather that ball in.
Yeah, nice job by Austin Simpson to get outside, rolling to the left-hand side and doing an excellent job of getting the ball to his wide receiver on a breakout route. The traditional kind of rollout pass patterns there, inside receiver doing a corner route, wide receiver running a breakout. Nice completion from Austin Simpson.
3rd and 3 after a pickup of 7. Simpson will hand the ball off for a rush up the gut in the hands of Kylan Falconer. And I believe he should have picked up enough there to move the sticks, but I don't know. This might be a very short situation on 4th down, and that is indeed the case.
Yeah, they're going for it. There's no question. Coach is not even considering field goal or
down by 30. You absolutely need an end to find the end zone.
Huge play here. Coach Kozakowski is definitely going to be blitzing on this play. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
Let's see what he's got here.
Austin Simpson looking to the sideline.
Looking to run over left tackle possibly.
Snap is away, and the QB will run the ball himself. And I don't know that they picked up any yardage on that carry.
I don't know if he's got this one.
I believe we're looking at a huge stop for Vancouver College, but they're going to bring the sticks out. And in fact, they won't do that. They will say it was a 1st down for the Belmont Bulldogs.
Yeah, they gave him a good spot there, but a nice job. Austin Simpson just putting his head down and churning those legs and picking
running
up a
pretty
big
well
first down.
right into a brick wall, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still
Let's see
able
what they
to
can do
pick
here.
up 1 yard. That's all he needed. 1st and 10 now. Ball on the 11.
Big series here for Belmont. Let's see if they can punch it in.
Simpson takes the snap. Complete pass. Brought down at the 5. Gavin Thompson able to haul that one in.
Yeah, I like the call. Rollout pass again against a very physical defense and a blitzing defense, getting Austin outside the pocket and Gavin Thompson running kind of a little bang route, curling to the inside and then breaking out to the outside, and Austin putting the ball right on the money to Gavin Thompson.
And worth noting, Jay, that was not 1st and goal. So if the Bulldogs can go another 3 yards, they get a fresh set of downs, but they might not need it as they're all the way into the end zone on 2nd down. A rushing touchdown in the hands of Kylan Faulkner, and why not, considering he was the special ingredient on that drive.
Yeah, absolutely. And you made a good call, though, Justin, that they are picking up a first down here, getting the ball down to the 1 yard line. So they've got 4 attempts now from the 1 yard line.
No touchdown there. I thought I saw the arms go up, but regardless,
look for Austin to run the ball here.
QB calls his own number just as you predicted, Jay, and it is Austin Simpson who will break the plane and get his team on the board. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Yeah, huge touchdown here, of course, for Belmont here and getting on the scoreboard. And you got to remember that with just under 4 minutes left, they're going to receive the second half kickoff. So if they can find a way to stop Vancouver College and be able to get the ball back to start the second half.
They're going for a 2-point convert, rushing attempt, putting the ball back in the hands of Kylan Faulkner yet again, and he will be stopped before he can reach the end zone. 2-point convert attempt, no good, but 6 points still on the board for the Bulldogs, and that is huge. Heading into the room in about 3.5 minutes of playtime anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, you know what? Good for Coach Harrington's football team to come back. I mean, you know what? It would be so easy right now at this time, Justin, to just say, hey, you know what? We're going to pack it in. We've had enough here, and we're just going to pack it in and, save the equipment and get back to Victoria. But you know what? Hey, a lot of pride. These players, again, as I mentioned earlier, they're in the championship game for a reason, right? These kids have played football together, many of them. They've got a good career ahead of them, of course, going to be playing in the varsity level. Both of these football teams, these young men are going to be able to move up. Excellent programs at Belmont, of course, and of course, excellent programs at Vancouver College. Going to be interesting to see tomorrow. Now, we're not going to see Vancouver College, of course, in the AAA varsity final. But, again, as I mentioned, you've got all these teams that have these young men have played football since they're little guys. A lot of these guys, like Austin Simpson, has played with Gavin Thompson and Faulkner, Liam Ford. Those guys have played together with the West Side program, West Shore program, and done an excellent job with the Victoria Minor
Bulldogs recover a squib kick. The onside kick is good as Gabe Jopp jumps on that loose ball. And look at this. The Bulldogs have the ball in a very fortuitous field position. Can they find the end zone again? Beginning this drive on the Vancouver College 40.
Wow, I tell you, just a perfectly executed play and bounce, and usually what happens, that ball bounces up on the third bounce, and that's exactly what happened. Just an absolutely perfectly designed and executed short kick for Belmont. Let's see if they can take advantage of that coming out in a trips formation.
You add another touchdown before the half, and you have a completely different outlook heading into that third quarter. But right now, Austin Simpson being pressured. He did get the ball away, but a little underthrown. I think he's just happy he didn't get sacked on that one.
Yeah, pressure coming from the outstanding two-way lineman, Rain Mandick, who also plays left guard, of course. And it's nice to see the scoreboard up and running there. We get a little replay action. Fans get to see the play again, of course, right? But again,
I believe that's
pressure.
the screen that the BC Lions used to have at the old Empire Field when they were waiting for those renovations on BC Place some 12, 13 years ago now.
Yeah, I remember that well. It played Windsor or the Handsworth Royals. We played the John Barsby Bulldogs in that championship game at Empire Stadium when we Empire Field many years ago, and of course John Barsby was victorious in that game. But you, Justin, being an ex-Handsworth Royal, was who was your counselor there? Who was your teacher?
My grade 12 grad counselor was this weird guy named Jay Prepchuk. I'm not sure what became of him. But
you're a young guy, right? So that was.
And it's a pass that's picked off. Unfortunate for Austin Simpson. Another interception. As that one plucked out of the sky by Kai Carter. a big INT. He had that kick return touchdown as well. Kai Carter having himself an afternoon.
Yeah, there's the White Rock Titan product. Kai Carter doing an excellent job of coming down with a pick. That's 2 big plays for him, of course, in this quarter. He had the electrifying 53-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Vancouver College's last touchdown, and Kai showing his experience from his defensive back position, picking that ball off.
4th interception of the day for the Fighting Irish defense, and that has really been the story of this game. As strong as the running game has been for VC, their defense arguably even stronger in this one, and that's another big carry on first down for Liam McDonald. Didn't look like much, but somehow he just keeps those legs pumping, and he'll pick up 7.
Yeah, excellent job of yak yards again. Yardage after contact, and Vancouver College here with just over 2 minutes left. I know Coach Taggart has kind of got his guys going a little bit quicker here. He's going to try to put another touchdown up on the board.
Gonzalez takes a quick snap, and maybe too quick. Looks like that ball fell and hit the turf, and quarterback eager to jump on top of it like a live grenade, make sure there was no turnover there to be picked up by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and again, with the second team center in there, his shotgun snaps have been excellent, but sometimes the snaps from under center haven't been practiced necessarily with the second team center. But again, Ben Wright has had a fine game filling in for Carlos Declan.
Gonzalez right over center yet again. And he faked one handoff, will hand that ball off into the hands of number 16, Tyson Gallagher. And Gallagher finally able to cut upward. It's a short pickup, if any, but I believe will bring up 4th and 2.
Well, just a little inside kind of counter trap play, pulling the left guard. And again, Belmont did a nice job of, maintaining good leverage. And again, nullifying that gain. So again, Vancouver College.
Play.
Yeah, absolutely. And boy, Belmont, you look at that defensive line, there's some big boys out there, and I know the varsity coaches are Coach Harrington and the varsity coaches are really looking forward to having these JVs come up and contribute to the varsity team.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time we've seen Vancouver College have to punt the ball away so far. The only previous punt in this game, in fact, was the Kai Carter kick return all the way into the end zone that we were just talking about moments ago. Although,
smart
something a little weird going on here.
Yeah, smart play. No, Coach Taggart had it all under control there. He just wanted to run the clock down. Excellent coaching here. Coach Taggart had an eye on that clock there.
And they called timeout. That's what it is.
Exactly. Called timeout with 1 second left on the huddle clock. And no huddle clocks out here today. We do have huddle clocks at BC Place. I know the Langley Rams, of course, when you do your games out here, Justin, I've done a few of the games as well with you folks, and they usually have the huddle clocks out here, but
in the corners of the end zone, typically.
Right, yeah. And that's always important. I remember coaching, of course, at SFU and UBC. We always told the quarterbacks when we got into a strange stadium, like, where is the clock? Where is the huddle clock? Make sure you know what's going on. Last week, a couple of teams got called for too much time in the huddle.
Indeed, yeah, we saw a couple delay of game calls at BC Place.
Belmont's coming after this one.
Low snap. Finally gathered in, but the pressure is too much. They will not be able to kick this ball away, and it is brought down for a loss of 8. Rogan Bromley, the kicker, tackled by Dason Speed before he could get that punt away.
Yeah, Speed and McKay were both right in there on that play and did a nice job. It's not easy to tackle, just have one player tackle Bromley. Of course, he shows so much power, but a little bit of a low snap. He kind of looks a little bit like Louis Pasaglia there in the Grey Cup many, many years ago, taking off for a first down.
Well, because Vancouver College burned that time off the clock as well before that timeout, Jay, there's only 10 seconds remaining for Austin Simpson to try and make something happen, and he's picked off again on the first play of the drive. Another INT scooped up by Alejandro Lando, his third of the day and his team's 5th overall.
3 interceptions in one half. Boy, oh boy, I see George Oswald down there and Conrad DeGo that are usually in the committee for picking the outstanding players, and you certainly have to think that Landau is going to be a favorite for MVP or maybe best back. So we'll see what comes up with halftime here.
Well, on a positive note for the Belmont Bulldogs, they were able to get some points on the board in that second quarter and did put themselves in position a few times, Jay, to maybe add a couple more touchdowns in the late stages of that half, but just turned aside, unfortunately, of course, by the Vancouver College defense, who have been very, very active in this game with, count 'em, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions through the first 24 minutes of this football game. That'll do it for the first half here of the AAA Junior Varsity Championship game at the 2025 BC School Sports Football Championships here at McLeod Athletic Stadium. Justin Morissette and Jay Prepchuk with you. We will take a quick break. We got about 11 minutes left on the clock here in the half before we're back for third quarter action, so don't go anywhere. Go grab yourself an ice cold beverage, fix yourself a Dagwood sandwich, and come on back for quarter number 3.
Never was really part of a big union like LIUNA, encouraging you to get out there, get the training. That's a lot of support.
There's more integration and more of the First Nations communities to come here and get experience working, right? There's a lot of opportunity there.
We're all just like one huge family. It's been one of the best experiences of my life.
On that journey, going places, doing your thing. Look at you, trailmaker, groundbreaker, pathfinder, making the big moves and the small moves. But wherever you're going, we're by your side every step of the way. For everyone in BC, for every journey. This is Beam.
I think sports are a great way for kids to get involved, and I certainly enjoyed playing it when I was young.
Okay guys, Beam Credit Union has donated some football equipment for us. Let's open it up and have a look. Go ahead. Yo, this is sick.
Gives kids a sense of belonging, a sense of being a part of a team and working towards a common goal. And so those are some of the things that we try to provide for the kids here.
We are here to donate basketballs and soccer balls to the athletic department. It's super exciting to see how involved they are and how much they enjoyed participating and their overall excitement about it.
Many would argue that athletics is the heartbeat of the school. Quite often those sports and activities provide students and athletes the opportunity to grow beyond just being an athlete.
Everything that we do, we definitely consider the community in mind and how it will impact the community, how we can support the people that live, work, and play in this area.
We definitely make a lot of effort to supply the equipment for our teams and not have the cost of certain playing equipment fall onto the athletes. I believe a lot of the lessons I've learned in life have come through sports in terms of like learning to work with others, facing adversity, or like trying to reach certain goals.
Well, my message to Beam Credit Union and BC School Sports is thank you very, very much. You guys working together makes this sport more affordable for kids, and it gives the kids an opportunity to be part of a team, because if you're a partnership, we're able to have more kids playing and have kids playing with better equipment that's safer, newer, and more enjoyable to wear.
I have to give a heartwell thank you to Beam Credit Union for providing the school with some new equipment and allowing our students to play the games they love.
Thank you, Beam Credit Union.
Delta Secondary is very grateful for the donation.
We're beaming with joy!
We are set for third quarter action. The Vancouver College Fighting Irish taking on the Belmont Bulldogs in AAA Junior Varsity Championship action here at McLeod. And what a half it was for Vancouver College, who will kick off to begin the third quarter. A kick return stopped at about the 35 for the Bulldogs. But Jay, I do want to mention, while we were in the intermission there, went to use the facilities, and the washroom here at McLeod shares a wall with the locker room of the Vancouver College Fighting Irish that they were using, I suppose. It's the road locker room typically here at McLeod. I could hear through the walls the chants that were going on in that room, and it was "Do it for Declan, do it for Declan, do it for Declan," and that is, of course, in reference to the big centerman, Carlos Declan, who had to leave this game before it even got started. We were delayed by nearly 30 minutes getting this one started as a result of a major injury that took place before the game began. And that can be sometimes a sobering thing that kind of takes the wind out of your sails, especially before a big game like this. You can tell it has not tempered the spirits of the Vancouver College Fighting Irish whatsoever. They are clearly fired up in this one and fired up to bring home a championship for their fallen teammate.
For sure, yeah. We're trying to get an update to see exactly how that young man, and Brian Chu just told me, actually, he just said he's okay. We're not sure exactly what the diagnosis is, but again, we're cheering for you, Carlos. Hopefully you're watching the game from somewhere.
Looked like a serious leg injury. And right now, a flag on the field.
Yeah, that's going to be intentional grounding here. And again, Austin's just trying to survive out there, getting some heavy pressure from that defensive line of Vancouver College, just continuing to put pressure on him all day long. And that's what they're going to call here. Walter Becker, our experienced referee, of course. And we've got, that's a whole gang of Beckers today. We've got Jackson Becker, the grandchild of Walter Becker. Jackson's doing the sticks, and Dad, Dan, is out there as a referee as well. So we've got the three Becker family members out there in this ball game. So Walter Becker, of course, famous coach for many years with the North Delta Huskies championship football teams.
Went into the BC Football Hall of Fame this year, in fact, and I believe someone else went in with him.
Yeah.
Mr. Jay Prepchuk, my old grade 12 counselor.
Oh, thanks, Justin. Great reward.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
From a life dedicated to growing the game here in British Columbia. And it'll be third and very long. Actually, 4th and 22 here as the kicking crew comes out for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and it just shows you again, penalties are just going to kill you. You know, it's just, I'm sure Belmont came in and at halftime and we're, trying to make some adjustments. They wanted to be able to run the ball a little bit with Austin Simpson, their fine quarterback, and got into a long yardage situation, of course, with the intentional grounding call. So, again, not the start that Belmont wanted to open this second half up. Certainly, wanted to get down and obviously score a touchdown.
They're in a tough situation, though, Jay. They've been picked off a number of times. 5 interceptions for the Vancouver College defense in that first half, but because of the points that the Fighting Irish have put on the board, it's forced the Bulldogs to have to look for long yardage, long bombs, big passing plays pretty well every time out, and those are the high-risk, high-danger sort of plays that are going to lead to those kind of turnovers. I don't know that they have another option, though, to attempt that kind of play.
Yeah, exactly, and, to come back from this deficit is really going to be a big challenge for Belmont. But again, let's see if they can, a little better coverage there on the punt team than earlier. Let's see what the flag is here. Usually in a situation like this, it's some sort of illegal block.
Of course, the only previous kick return situation for Vancouver College previously in this game was a 53-yard punt return that went all the way into the end zone, a special teams touchdown scored by Kai Carter, who would go on to add another interception in that second quarter as well. So special teams, defense, All kinds of contributions up and down the lineup for the Vancouver College Fighting Irish to have built that 24-point lead they enjoyed at the half and still enjoy now as they begin their first drive offensively of this third quarter. Noah Gonzalez takes a long snap, and he will throw the ball on first down. As the Fighting Irish have strongly favored the running game throughout this contest. But why not go to the sky if it's going to work for you like that? It's a first down, in fact, as we take another look at it on the replay.
Yeah, I really like the call again. Belmont has been blitzing all day from their 40 defense. They're bringing those inside linebackers, and Noah Gonzalez doing a really good job of getting the ball out of his hands quickly because, again, when you're bringing 6 guys, you have the 5 guys to block. It's not always going to be easy for that offense.
First and 10 now from the Vancouver College 39. Gonzalez deep in the pocket, takes a snap. He'll hand the ball off for a run up the gut, and it's a short yardage situation for Liam McDonald, who was parting the Red Seas seemingly at will in the first half, but only able to pick up 3 on his first quarter of quarter number on his first carry, I should say, of quarter number 3.
Yeah, Chris King, of course, for Belmont during the halftime break had a chance to chat with his defense, make a few adjustments, and still continue to be very, very aggressive and continue to blitz those middle linebackers to try to stop that Vancouver College run game.
Gonzalez right over center will hand the ball off for another carry. This time it's a sweep to the left side and a pickup of more than 10 in the hands of number 21, Liam McDonald. That's the sort of carry he was peeling off with regularity in the first half of this game.
Yeah, again, to mention that left side of that offensive line, number 55, the left tackle, Eric Lackner, the left guard, Rain Mandick, number 52, the center, Ben Wright, the right guard, James Newman Bennett. Of course, Brad was a great player with Vancouver College in his day and also an excellent golfer that I had a chance to work with many years ago at Vancouver College. And Sopez, the right guard, right tackle as well.
Long pass here now on first down. Nearly intercepted. Gabe Jopp was in prime position to come up with that ball, but instead it falls incomplete. Alejandro Lando, the intended receiver.
And get a chance to see the Argyle Pipers have arrived, the 4 o'clock football game. Hopefully we can stay on schedule here and be able to start that ball game at 4 o'clock. Of course, Argyle will be playing the John Barsby Bulldogs, so had a chance to chat with Milan Boljensic through the week, and he's got his Pipers all ready and very excited to play this championship game today, 4 p.m. at McLeod Park.
Alejandro Lando not able to come up with that ball as the intended receiver moments ago, but he has been pretty active today, just coming up with catches from the opposition quarterback. A trio of interceptions for Lando in the game's first half. Right now, however, Vancouver College goes right back to the running game in the hands of number 21, Liam McDonald, and he will pick up 2 on the carry, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that defensive line again for Belmont, just some big boys out there. I tell you, Chase Adams, number 54, 57, Hayden Flanagan, and Logan McKay just doing a nice job there of standing up those Vancouver College offensive linemen and, again, you know, trying to limit the gain.
And as a former lineman myself, I always appreciate you taking the time to shout those guys out, because those are not names that often come up as we're calling the play, but they are the names that make the plays possible. As right now, it's the Fighting Irish going back to the run game in the hands of who else but Liam McDonald. This time a sweep to the near sideline, and he'll pick up about 4. It'll bring up a 4th down, and I have to think the Fighting Irish will punt this one away. But perhaps not. Given the field position, it doesn't look like they're going to. They're going to go for it here on 4th down, Jay, up by 24.
There they go, and actually an awesome block. If you guys can see the replay when you're watching it tonight, Matthias, the right tackle, Sopez, does a great job of reach blocking that defensive end from Belmont.
4th and 2. Fighting Irish going for it. Gamble in the hands of number 11, Mason Palmer. And Palmer will pick up the requisite yardage to move the sticks. Needed 2 yards, he got 4.
Wow, that's a big call there. And Coach Taggart, an important call like that is going to come back to his bread and butter. I-back formation, Bromley, kick-out block. And a nice job by, Palmer just hits that hole so quickly and with so much power. Really difficult to stop that young man.
And they put the ball in the hands of Mason Palmer on every single play of the first drive of the game until he went all the way to the end zone. And we basically haven't really seen him very much since that first drive, as the Fighting Irish have done a great job of spreading the football around. They have an embarrassment of riches almost in terms of options to put the ball in the hands of, both in terms of running backs and receivers. But it's another first down here on another big carry for Mason Palmer yet again.
Very similar to the opening drive, of course, of the football game. As you mentioned, 6 carries for Palmer all the way down the field into the end zone for him, and coming back with the I-back formation with Bromley leading the way from his fullback position and Palmer carrying the ball from his tailback position.
1st and 10 from the 22. Gonzalez right over center. Takes the snap and will hand the ball off yet again to Mason Palmer. Palmer off to the races, still on his feet, brought down just before the end zone. 5 yards to go, but it'll be another first down, this time 1st and goal for Vancouver College.
Wow, you can see the replay, just an 18-yard pickup there by Palmer. I like the call, kind of a little scissors action from the running backs here, and Bromley going to the right-hand side, filling for the left guard and left tackle, or the right guard, pulling and kicking out. And so oftentimes in an I-back formation, the defense will really focus on the fullback. And in that case, I like the call by Coach Taggart to change it up a little bit and have Bromley go to the right and Palmer go to the left for a big gain.
We'll see if they put the ball back in the hands of Mason Palmer yet again, but Rogan Bromley in the backfield as well, as Gonzalez takes the snap, and he will hand off to Palmer. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. No, it's number 21, Liam McDonald. Pardon me. Tackled by Tristan Sipus of the Bulldogs. And they are stopped on the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Just continuing to pound the rock, and again, that's what they talked about all week, having success doing, and Coach Kazakowski talked about it as well, right? Just continue to have possession, grinding the ball out, just running the ball on the ground in that I formation. And Coach Harrington, he mentioned to me, we have to slow down the Vancouver College run, and very, very difficult to do against this powerful offensive line that's opening up some huge holes, along with Rogan Bromley from his fullback position with his kick-out blocks today.
3 yards to the end zone. As right now, it is Liam McDonald and Rogan Bromley. Delay of game penalty here being assessed against Vancouver College. 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd and goal from the 8. And that might be a product of the fact that, like you were saying earlier in the broadcast, Jay, we don't have the clocks on the field here at McLeod today. The shot clocks, as it were.
Yeah. They're going to stick with the same play. I would assume they're going to just continue to run the ball and throw in a little play action once in a while as well.
It's worked for them so far as they put the ball right back in the hands of Liam McDonald. He is eyeing the end zone, and can he make it there? I believe brought down just shy. And this will be on the 1. 3rd down. Big moment here for the Belmont defense.
Yeah, I'm impressed tonight with the Belmont tackling from there, especially from their defensive backs. They've done a good job of coming off the blocks from the wide receivers and making some big tackles here, saving some touchdowns. So, again, very difficult to stop this running game from Vancouver College as they drive all the way down the field and now are able to punch it in they hope, from the 1 yard line.
Looked like Liam McDonald was stopped just shy of the end zone, and he basically was, but the ball is on the 2. So they spotted him 1 yard further back than my eyes deceived me. They'll go for a trick play, though. Off the snap, it's a QB keeper. The handoff was faked all the way, and Noah Gonzalez will tuck that one into the end zone.
Yeah, I can tell you that was not a designed quarterback run. Bromley hit the hole so quickly from his fullback position that Noah Gonzalez opened to try to get him the ball quickly, and Bromley was gone by the time Noah was ready to hand the ball off, but he did a nice job of still just grabbing that ball and taking it in over the left guard for a touchdown. So a nice job by Gonzalez on a broken play to make something of that, scoring his first touchdown of the ball game.
And we do have an injury on the play. There is a Belmont Bulldog down on the field right on the goal line. Unfortunate.
Gives us a chance to talk about the next football game coming up. Of course, the AA JV championship here, Argyle against Barsby. If you folks are in the neighborhood here, you can get to this football game in just over an hour from now. And then, of course, tomorrow, the 3 big days, the 3 big games at BC Place, the All-Star game at 12 o'clock. We've got lots of university coaches. I got a chance to see some of the university coaches as I walked in today. They had practice this morning. We've got approximately 50 players playing in that. We've got over 20 universities represented here and working hard doing their recruiting. Coach Erdman here, of course, from University of Waterloo, and many, many other university coaches from across Canada. Welcome to those folks.
As the Fighting Irish look for a 2-point convert, pass into the end zone, knocked out of the air. Big defensive effort. I believe that was Gabe Jopp. Indeed.
Yeah, excellent play by Gabe here. Just reading that play, letting the wide receiver go when he's coming up from his cornerback position to make a tremendous defensive play.
Referee right there knew it was fully legal. No pass interference.
Gabe, you were right there, I tell you. So, Coach Taggart again going with a little play action pass in in a convert situation, but Vancouver College pretty well in full control of this football game at 36-6 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the third quarter.
5 touchdowns on the day for the Fighting Irish. They've gone for the 2-point convert all 5 times. Now 3 for 5 in terms of success, but they got a 30-point lead on the board. So they are feeling pretty good about this game, I would have to think. 3:14 to go here in the third quarter, and it's a bouncer of a kick that's gathered in just inside the 30. A return of less than 10 yards, but because of where that ball was jumped on, still fine field position to begin this drive for the Bulldogs, who are on their own 38.
Coach Harrington just checking his play sheet, talking to his players. You got, when you have an experienced quarterback like Austin Simpson, who's played a lot of football in his day, even though he's still a young man, a young athlete, he's a very, very intelligent football player and really, really knows the game, and I'm sure he's got some input in the offense.
Austin Simpson peeling out of the pocket, hanging onto the ball himself. Did not see a passing option he likes as he's wrapped up and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1. As he was tackled near the far sideline, and we'll see where this ball is ultimately spotted, but I believe that may be a loss of 1.
Yeah, you know that Coach Kazakowski worked on defending that play throughout the week, and the quarterback sweep is usually an effective play, but the Vancouver College Fighting Irish defense, the defensive backs did an excellent job of coming off their blocks and making a big tackle.
He's taking a snap again. All kinds of pressure as he desperately tried to get that ball away. And it is a live ball that is scooped up by the Fighting Irish and taken all the way into the end zone. A defensive touchdown. As that one is scored by Rain Mandak. Defensive lineman. Not often you see a lineman get into the end zone, and he has to be feeling good. Make that a defensive score, Jay, in a game that the Fighting Irish have also seen special teams touchdowns, and of course, the offense served up prime field position by a quintet of interceptions.
Wow, they are really doing it in all facets of the game tonight. A total domination here of Belmont, and nice to see, as you say, nice to see a two-way lineman. Of course, Rain has done an excellent job from his left guard position, but also from his defensive line position, coming in and being able to scoop up that ball and taking it in for a 32-yard touchdown run. Just an outstanding effort, outstanding hustle by that Vancouver College defense. Coach Kazakowski will be happy with that. He's happy with a defensive touchdown coming from his guys.
And that was just a result of that ball still being live. I suppose Austin Simpson tried to get that pass away in a hurry, and I believe it was ruled a lateral in the backfield, perhaps.
Exactly, and they had a screen pass on, a screen pass that they were I like the call. They had a good job of executing that play. Austin just couldn't get the ball to his running back. If he had gotten the ball to his running back, he would have had lots of room to run. Again, a very successful screen pass was run in the second quarter by Belmont, but they just couldn't get the ball to the tailback on that particular play.
And a great example of just continuing to play to the whistles, because we've seen a number of plays like that so far today where the ball has been dead and guys are still sprinting after it in the hopes that it might be a live ball. That one pays off. And what looked like a dead play, it's a live ball that goes all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
And we get a kicking attempt here for the first point after for Vancouver College that they're going to kick.
And the kick is good.
There you go.
Ethan Ramsden on the kick.
And nice to get Ethan in there as a kicker and doing a good job of putting that ball through the end zone. And again, Vancouver College scoring in all three facets of this football game. So gives us a chance to say hello to everybody back home that maybe couldn't make it out to this game. Of course, Mr. Mullis, Jerry Mullis, is watching this football game. Jerry, big shout out to you. Hope you're doing well, and get you back here on the field sometime, hopefully for next year. But Coach Mullis, again, long-time Hall of Fame football coach. My coach way back at SFU in my freshman year in should I even say the year? 1979. So, Coach Mellis, hello out there, and thank you for some of your corrections that you're sending in. Anybody else that want to give us some information here regarding some of these players, feel free to text me or send me an Instagram message as well.
Kick gathered in at the 34. Maybe a 5-yard return there for Liam Ford of the Belmont Bulldogs, as the Bulldogs set to begin this drive from their own 40-yard line. So 6 yards on the return, they'll call it. And Liam Ford has had to do a lot today for this Bulldogs team, as a receiver, on special teams as well, and defensively too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. Just an all-around great player.
Austin Simpson takes the snap. He'll hand that ball off for a rush up the middle in the hands of, I believe that's Liam Ford, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. My goodness, a 60-yard carry all the way to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
There you go. Way to go, Bulldogs. Awesome job. Hey, huge hole opened up by that offensive line from Belmont, and boy, look at these guys. I love the fact that they're still playing for pride right now. They're still giving tremendous effort, but I love the execution. Those big hoggies pulling, blocking down the field, and opening up huge holes.
That's Kylan Faulkner, I should say, the ball carrier on that one. Misread the number on the back of the jersey. That's number 1, not number 6, but a very impressive carry right there for Faulkner. 60 yards to the end zone, as they'll go for a 2-point convert and put the ball back in the hands of Faulkner, and he will find the end zone again.
Yeah, a little bit of fire there. That's good to see. Again, that offensive line from Belmont just opening up a huge hole And guys, when you're watching this game tonight, when you get home, I know you're going to be tired. I know you're going to be disappointed, but some positives have come from this, certainly. And number 78, Karis Vandermeide, the left tackle, Chase Adams, the left guard, number 54, Quinton Blade from his center position, Owen Cromack from his right guard position, and Logan McKay from his right tackle position, doing an excellent job of opening up a huge hole for Falconer with a big 60-yard touchdown run.
Fallon Falconer, another guy who's pulling double duty for the Bulldogs, came up with a big interception in the second quarter and a huge running play right here in the late stages of quarter number 3. Bulldogs have also successfully recovered an onside kick already in this game. We'll see if they opt for more trickery on this kickoff. Indeed they do. Bouncer picked up at the 38 by Alejandro Lando. And he stopped after a gain of 10. Fighting Irish will take the field just inside their side of the center line. It is the Vancouver College 48 where they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Yeah, and again, excellent coaching. Coach Taggart, Coach Kazakowski, just covering all of the different areas. And, of course, special teams, so important, especially when you get into big games like this. And, placing a quality player like Landau in that position, knowing that Belmont is going to short kick, and him being in excellent position to receive that short kickoff. Get a chance to mention a shout out to Rick Gazzola, that the equipment manager and kind of caretaker of O'Hagan Field at Vancouver College. Rick, all the hours and hours that you've put into football at Vancouver College, I want to commend you. And for all the people out there, the Belmont staff, the equipment folks, the fundraisers, the parents, the administration, the principal and vice principals, the athletic directors. You really need everybody's support. I know that, again, talking to Milan, you get so much support from his Argyle folks there that it just really helps to run a good football program, because you need that support. And of course, we have an expensive sport with football, and the fundraising is always a big part of it. And I know that there's so many folks out there, and hello to the folks in Victoria that are watching this game that couldn't make it over to this ball game, or when you're watching this game tonight or in the future. Just all the great things that you folks are doing there to get these young men to play in this championship game. Big shout out to all the support staff from the different football teams out there.
Vancouver College offense back out on the field. Noah Gonzalez. Oh no, it's not Noah Gonzalez. They've put an Ashton Pawar at quarterback. This late in the game, why not? Get some play time for some of the backups, as they've certainly been mixing up who the running backs have been in this game. Right there, it was another monster carry for who else but number 11, Mason Palmer.
Yeah, nice to see backup quarterback in the game. And again, another father-son team here. Marshall Power was a great football player at Simon. Another great football player at Simon Fraser University is able to come out and coach with Vancouver College and gets his son into this football game. So good to see some of the second team guys getting into the action here for the Vancouver College Fighting Irish.
Up by 29 points, 43-14 is the score in favor of Vancouver College. Just over a minute remaining in quarter number 3 as they'll put the ball right back in the hands of Mason Palmer for another run up the gut. Not quite as successful as his last carry, but still a healthy 6-yard pickup, and it'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, getting back to that I formation, you can see, Belmont, their defensive line actually in this quarter has done a pretty good job of standing up that Vancouver College offensive line, and it just shows the power, though, of those yak yards, those yards after carry that the Vancouver College running backs are able to gain are just a big part of those big gains, especially on first down.
Power Takes the snap, pitch the ball this time into the hands of who else but Mason Palmer once more, as this time he is forced out of bounds, and we also have a flag on the field. Not sure exactly how this one's going to get spotted, and Jay, I don't know that it matters considering the penalty flag.
We're going to have something against Vancouver College, probably a hold in that position there. The referee calls it in that situation, probably going to get a hold, a illegal block of some type here. We've got a hold on Vancouver College. Again, going to push him back here with the 10-yard penalty for holding.
Not quite as big of a penalty as I was thinking, but maybe there were offsetting calls there, perhaps. Not sure.
Usually from the spot of the foul in that case.
But the officials still having a conversation here as the third quarter comes to a close. 12 minutes left in this game. And what a game it has been thus far for the Vancouver College Fighting Irish. A 29-point lead heading into quarter number 4. They have dominated every side of the ball so far today, Jay. Offensively, defensively, special teams, every facet of the game has contributed to this big lead.
It really has. And congratulations to the Vancouver College Grade 8 football team. Of course, we usually have the Grade 8 championship in BC Place with our championship weekend. But again, because of the Whitecaps and the adjustment to the schedule, Vancouver College last Friday night defeated Lord Tweedsmuir. Coach Esau, congratulations to you and your Vancouver College Grade 8 team. Amazing game. I got a chance to see some of the highlights. 80-yard touchdown run, Justin, on the last play of the game that gave Vancouver College the big 28-22 victory. And congratulations, Sean Patel, the MVP. The best back went to Lord Tweedsmuir, Kel Cotton. And Eshawn did a great job from his line position for Vancouver College, winning the outstanding lineman. Again, congratulations. Mario Schmidt with an 80-yard touchdown run, last play of the game.
Running attempt here on the first play of the fourth quarter as Vancouver College put the ball in the hands of number 9, Oscar Chung. And he's been very active defensively today, but being put in perhaps as a backup on offense.
Yeah,
and he looks a little shaken up on that carry. I believe he's heading to the sideline as we speak.
Right, just kind of a little bit of an ankle there. And, well, he's got a few months to rest up before he gets back into action. But, again, kind of set the tone on defense with an interception early in the first quarter. Yeah. Oscar Chung, you've had a great game.
Absolutely did. That was the first of 5 INTs for the Fighting Irish secondary in that first half of the game. And right now they're in a 3rd and 6 situation, deep in the Bulldogs' side of center, and they'll go right back to that run game yet again. Not much there, however. Liam McDonald, the ball carrier this time around, as he's back into the game. It's a revolving door, really, in the backfield right now for the Van College offense. As Rogan Bromley, who's had not 1 but 2 touchdowns in this game, just went to the sideline. And it's Ashton Power in at quarterback. Noah Gonzalez on the sideline after he built a healthy lead in his 3 quarters of play in this one. Power takes a long snap, assessing his options downfield, just wanted to get that pass away, and it is complete. And oh my, after the catch, all kinds of yardage, but we got a penalty flag on the play, as this time it was Liam McDonald as a receiver tearing up the field.
Oh, great execution on a screen pass. Power just doing a great job. Doing a great job of just patience, showing his patience, allowing that rush to come to him and dumping that ball off on a screen pass. Very, very well executed screen pass from Vancouver College.
I believe that was a penalty flag assessed against the Bulldogs that was, of course, declined by Vancouver College. As we are looking at a 1st and goal situation, 1st and 10 from the 10. Or I should say 1st and goal on the 10. As Power takes the snap and will hand the ball off for a rush up the gut in the hands of Liam McDonald. And he looked like he hit the wall immediately, but the power of those legs, Jay, he just kept pumping away and still somehow, some way, picks up 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, we've mentioned that pretty well all day, just the power and the strength. Again, a lot of these guys are weight training. They're, working hard, just showing their strength. And, it's a reflection of Coach Scott Vass as the athletic director, but he's also the strength coach at Vancouver College, and you can tell that he's got these boys ready to play, and they've been doing an excellent job in the weight room in the off season with the Vancouver College Fighting Irish.
Official spotting that ball is just a 2-yard gain, where his momentum halted, though I thought he had a little bit more than that. This time Ashton Power, eye in the end zone, passes up, knocked out of the air, incomplete. That one intended for Alejandro Lando, who has come up with all kinds of big plays defensively in this game. That would have been his first big one on offense.
Yeah, Lando with 3 interceptions so far has done a great job catching the football from his defensive back position, but on that particular play, the Belmont Bulldogs did a nice job of rallying back to the ball and coming up with a big hit to nullify that game. That would have been a touchdown for Lando.
3rd and goal now from the 8. As Ashton Power and the backup crew for the Vancouver College Fighting Irish have 2 more cracks at the end zone, barring a turnover, of course. Power eyeing his options. As he'll take the snap, steps back in the pocket, gets that pass away, but it's knocked down instantly by a blitzing Austin Ward. Did a great job of killing that play before it could really get started.
Yeah, great job by Austin Ward coming in from his outside linebacker position just on a blitz situation, because I think if Power had been able to get that ball over Austin's head, I think that Vancouver College would have been able to walk in for another touchdown.
9:02 remaining in this game. A 29-point lead on the board that favors the Fighting Irish as they're looking to extend their lead. Knocking on the door. 4th and goal from the 8.
Field goal.
And they're going to bring a field goal team out.
Yeah, Ethan's got the legs, certainly. He showed that on his last convert.
Ethan Ramsden in their right dead center. Perfect location for him to try and put that ball home, and he's able to do it. The kick is good. And it's a field goal that will put 32 points now between these teams with just over 9 minutes left to play.
Yeah, and again, I get a chance to say hello to the folks at home. We understand Coach Dennis Kelly, you might be watching. Again, another one of my coaches at Simon Fraser, long-time coach with the Mowat Hawk football program, Vancouver College. Of course, is the head coach at Notre Dame right now. Coach Kelly, I hope you're doing well. Good memories of you coaching those Mowat Hawks, again, years ago in their championship game. Darren Rowell, been chatting with him a little bit. He's been following the Mowat Hawks as they've had such a successful football season. But again, Dennis, hope you're doing well out there. And Coach Mullis, hope you're doing well as well. And big hellos to, Hall of Fame football people that couldn't make it out to these football games.
You're talking about the trio of games we have on deck tomorrow at BC Place Stadium as well, Jay, beginning with the All-Star game that I'll be calling with you in the morning before Jake Elliott takes over play-by-play duties for the varsity championship games. And I got to tell you, that's maybe the easiest paycheck I collect all year long in any job I work, because I call a few plays here and there, but that game is predominantly about you explaining all of the connections that the different coaches and scouts have to all of the players right across BC, and your expertise and relationships obviously are a huge feather in the cap of that broadcast, so look forward to doing that one with you tomorrow.
Well, thank you, and I know that Zach Kremler, the president of high school football, is working hard to make sure things run smoothly. I mean, when you've got to get kids here from all across the province and, talk to all these coaches from around Canada, boy, I know Coach Kremler is one busy man, almost as busy as Jordan Abney from BC School Sports, but certainly puts together a fantastic program. 5 years now that we've run the All-Star game, and university coaches here from all across Canada enjoy coming out to BC, and
it's a little like the Pro Bowl. It doesn't entirely feel like a real football game, but it's a great opportunity to get the guys together and celebrate a career in high school football that is coming to an end, and obviously get them some face time in front of scouts and coaches who will be very pivotal to their futures as well. But right now, the Belmont Bulldogs do not want to go quietly into that good night. Another impressive carry from Kylan Faulkner that will move the sticks. First down, Bulldogs.
Yeah, a nice run straight up the middle, right over Blade Adams and Cromack, McKay and Vandermeed, that offensive line. Boy, there's some big boys playing up front for Belmont with a bright future ahead of them.
They'll put the ball right back in the hands of Kylan Faulkner yet again, and it's another impressive carry for Faulkner. I think he picked up another 11 yards on first down, and that will indeed move the chains. It's another Bulldogs first down.
Yeah, just getting a chance to watch this offensive line execute for Belmont. Coach Buckley and Abanto are doing an excellent job with these offensive linemen, especially the ones that are pulling and cutting up holes, making some huge plays. Almost every play, they've got pullers and they've got offensive linemen that are very, very active.
And we saw it again on that last carry, another rushing play in the hands of Kylan Faulkner, as he is just finding room to work every time they give him the ball right now. An impressive 6-yard pickup there on first down to bring up 2nd and 4. Obviously, of course, it'll be a number of college scouts, university coaches on hand for the All-Star game tomorrow, but being at McLeod, Jay, I can't help but think, of course, as I'm usually here calling Langley Rams action, a number of the grade 12 players may in fact see their playing career continue in the CJFL.
Absolutely, yeah, so many options for players now, right? As you said, there's the teams in the CJFL that are excellent programs, I guess, and big news from the Langley Rams, the new head coach coming on board there.
And we've seen the Valley Huskers program make a big turnaround in recent years.
Absolutely, yeah. The VI Raiders, the Raiders, the Rebels, the Huskers, the Rams, the Sun, the Broncos, the Kodiak are all excellent football programs. Congratulations to Jamie Bourne, by the way, who was the Coach of the Year. So congratulations to Jamie. I had a chance to get up and run some camps in Prince George, and Jamie's always so accommodating and ready to help develop football up there. Of course, I think 3rd or 4th year now with the Kodiak football program up in Prince George. Craig Brer, the founder of that program, has done a great job. They made the playoffs this year, and continuing to build that Kodiak program up in Prince George.
It's been one of the most rewarding things for me, as I think I'm coming up on 10 years of calling these championship games with you, Jay. I mean, you know everybody, so this is a reward for you that you've been able to track for years and years, decades probably. But I just like being able to watch guys move up the pipeline of talent. Names that I've called in high school games go on to be names that I call in CJFL games, go on to be names that you see on the highlights, when you watch the sports in the evening. Whether it's Javon Katoy, Kyle Clarat, guys who move from the high school ranks to the CJFL ranks and then go all the way to the BC Lions. It is something to track over the years, and something that gives me great joy in watching these guys move on up.
Absolutely. And tomorrow we're going to have a treat because Keelan White, I played with Keelan's dad, Richard, at Simon Fraser University years ago, when Keelan White had a chance to coach him at Hansworth Secondary School, and played at Montana and was a rookie this year with the Ottawa Red Blacks. So Keelan's going to be at the game tomorrow. A little hook and ladder there.
4th down trickery from the Bulldogs does not go the way they drew it up, unfortunately. And that will be a turnover on downs that will put the ball back in the hands of Vancouver College with less than 5 minutes left to play. 4:41 remaining in the game.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Keelan White will be a special guest with us tomorrow, so Keelan will have a chance to chat during the All-Star game. And, of course, Theo Benedict playing with the Chicago Bears on the offensive line is getting some playing time at left tackle and also coming in as the 6th offensive lineman. I had a chance to, I remember both those guys being in my office, counseling office at Handsworth as grade 8s, and mentioning to them that they were going to be great football players someday. And Theo, of course, had a great career at UBC. Giovanni Manu is also an outstanding offensive lineman from UBC, from Pitt Meadows, that went on and, of course, plays for the Detroit Lions. So pretty cool that we got some NFL players that are alumni from BC high school football.
As right now, it's the first play of the drive for the Vancouver College Fighting Irish, and Rogan Bromley with a big pickup of about 14 yards on that carry. That'll move the sticks and then some. First down, BC.
Talk about seeing these players develop throughout. We're going to be calling Bromley's name certainly in the next little while. And Hudson, again, you're back in Kingston watching this game and proud of your bro.
That ball, I think, popped loose for a second, but
a little bit of a break there. The ball bounced right back up into.
It's like dribbling a basketball. Almost.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Rogan Bromley.
They're getting all the breaks tonight.
Quickly recovered that one. We'll take another look at the replay. That is one strange fumble. Like you said, bounced right back up into his hands, like it never happened at all. And that it just defines the kind of luck that the Fighting Irish have had all through this game.
Yeah, and they certainly made their luck too, though. That's for sure, right?
4-yard pickup for Bromley on that carry will bring up 2nd and 6. Ball on the 49. Long snap. Hand off to Bromley yet again. He'll bounce off the line of scrimmage and somehow find a hole. He will keep going for a gain of 8 and move the chains. First down, Fighting Irish.
Yeah, just continuing to pound the rock. And again, for these guys, it's the kind of neat thing for the JVs, of course, Justin, is the fact that they've got lots of football left, right?
Of course, yeah. Absolutely.
They've got their varsity and, of course, the excellent program that Vancouver College runs at the varsity level. And the Belmont guys do, obviously, a great job as well.
Talking about the pipeline and watching players rise up the ranks. We're going to be calling these names, of course, at the senior level for many years to come. Couple, anyway, I would imagine. And some real star performances. The kind of players in this game, they're going to be impact players at the varsity level as well. In fact, some of them are already. You often see a lot of the stars from the JV squad are often backups, if not starters themselves, on the varsity roster as well.
Yeah, that all-star game, as you said, is fun. There's no kicking involved, so I mean, it is it's a showcase, right? And I know the coaches being on that coaching staff a couple of years ago, I think in the first all-star game that we had, it's a lot of fun. The coaches keep it low-key, and it just still is it's a showcase for these young men. And there's some grade 11s playing in there as well. Which
I know I talked about it not really having stakes, but not derisively. I'm sure for the grade 12 players, it is still hugely meaningful emotionally to be able to put that jersey on one last time, even if it's just in front of the scouts.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? There is midget football. So if you've graduated from high school, if you're of age, of course, you have a chance to play midget football in the community. And so many. Just a shout out to so many of the great community programs in BC, in Vancouver, of course, with the Cloverdale. A lot of the Tweedsmuir players play for Cloverdale, South Delta, Rams, of course, Vernon, Argyle players playing GSL. Kamloops minor football, Mowat with the Falcons, just so many players. Victoria, Mount Doug kids playing with Victoria minor football, and West Shore Rebel football program in Victoria. Prince George, again, Kamloops, Kelowna, all of these. I get a chance to see a lot of these programs with running my camps throughout the province, and hats off to a lot of the people that are running those minor football programs that get a chance to see these kids excelling at the high school level, and they should be very proud.
And of course, speaking of your Prep Chuck quarterback camps, I'm sure you're going to see a number of these talents, certainly in the JV side of things, who still have many years of football ahead of them, probably coming out to attend some of your camps this summer.
Yeah.
But we got a touchdown here in the meantime. Another one for Vancouver College. I almost need the binoculars to get a read on the jersey number for this one, but lots of excitement celebrating another big TD for Vancouver College.
Yeah, I just put it up on a nice fade route there. Receiver doing an excellent job of going up for that ball and coming down with another touchdown for Vancouver College.
Might have been Alejandro Lando, given the reception he received from both coaches and teammates alike as he returned to the sidelines. And he has been an attempted target a few times on recent drives, so it would not surprise me, but unfortunately we did miss the number on that TD.
Yeah, congratulations. Vancouver College, great coaching staff, of course. Brian Taggart, the head coach, Rob Kazakowski, doing a great job. Domino Street, with Brian Chu, of course, head of the football program. Rick Gazzola, endless hours as equipment manager. Scott Vass, Alex Lando, Brody Innenberg, Joe Yancana, who we mentioned earlier, Kensley Palmer, Marshall Power, just to name a few of these coaches. Steve Carter out there working with the kids. Peter Roth working with the wide receivers. His son is quarterback on the football team, Zach Roth.
Bouncing kick, gathered in by Gavin Thompson on the kick return.
Okay, Belmont, let's see what you got here. Let's see if we can punch in. We've got a minute and 30 seconds, minute and 29 seconds left. Let's see if you can put another touchdown up on the scoreboard.
As we do get confirmation, it was Kai Carter who was able to haul in that last TD, his second receiving touchdown of the day.
Along with his punt return for a touchdown.
Or actually, that was his first receiving TD of the day, his second touchdown. He also added an interception back in the second quarter as well. So a busy day for Kai Carter.
Stay tuned, folks. Argyle Pipers and the John Barsby Bulldogs. Both teams warming up in the end zone right now. Nice to see that Barsby's made it here. Our coordinator, Heather Foster's happy to see the Bulldogs. You never know what's going to happen with the BC Ferries these days, of course, right? But strong football program, of course, from Nanaimo. Rob Stevenson, long time, excellent football coach with John Barsby. I remember years and years ago talking to Coach Stevenson at the Pemco Football Clinic when he first started his football program years and years ago, and I knew that with his passion and his drive, he was going to have a successful football program, and certainly has. He's stepped down a bit and now doing the JV. Sam Davies, a fine young coach, is coaching the varsity team. They made the playoffs this year and had a good run. So, Coach Stevenson, good to see you back in the championship game. Unfortunately, not in BC Place, but hey, we got a great day out here at McLeod. We really couldn't ask for a better day. I mean, no wind. It's actually a little warmer than usually at BC Place.
I came prepared for the elements, as we often have to bundle up for these games, but calling this one in a t-shirt, which is not usually a luxury I get to enjoy, Jay. It is a warm one here, though. No rain, no wind, nothing. Perfect conditions. As a long bomb on the final play of the day for the Bulldogs is intercepted. One final INT of the day. That one picked out of the air by number 28, Noah Cheng, as he gets in on the action. A sixth interception today for the Vancouver College secondary, and that just goes to show what a full team effort this was. 53-14, a 39-point difference in the final score of this game, and that is a big, big lead that was built, as we've said multiple times throughout this broadcast, by every single facet of the Vancouver College roster. Special teams, defense, and of course, offense, all pivotal to building the lead that they enjoyed pretty much right from the jump. This was a big first quarter in this game for the Fighting Irish that put them comfortably ahead, and it was the defense really that helped them keep that lead. Interception after interception, 5 INTs just in the first half alone.
Yeah, no question. The turnovers, everybody will tell you, especially in the big games, turnovers are just going to kill you, and boy, those interceptions really prove costly for Belmont. But hey, Belmont, you guys keep your heads up, have a safe trip home. I know you'll be listening tonight. Congratulations on your season. Take a few days off and get rested up and get back in the weight room and get back on the track, play multiple sports, and as I said, get out there on the track and run some track with your track and field team in the spring, and be ready to play some varsity football for the Bulldogs.
And of course, we still have another JV championship game ahead of us here at McLeod coming up before you know it. A scheduled 4 o'clock start to this game, though, given the delayed start we had to the AAA JV final. Not sure if that game will begin on time. Probably will, though, I think, given where we're at right now. They've pushed it actually 15 minutes, 4:15 now, the start time for our second championship game of the day here from McLeod. And again, that's the Argyle Pipers taking on the John Barsby Bulldogs. That game a little over 40 minutes away as we speak, but we still have a big trophy presentation, of course.
Yeah, let's see who the MVP is, too. Yeah, best lineman back.
Some player awards as well. And, you know, take your pick. We talked about an embarrassment of riches at running back, certainly, for the Fighting Irish. It didn't seem to matter who they put the ball in the hands of, Jay, whether it was Rogan Bromley or Mason Palmer or Liam McDonald. They all had very, very strong afternoons.
They really did. And again, congratulations to that Vancouver College offensive line, just opening up some huge holes. And again, kudos to Ben Wright, who came in at center after Carlos was unfortunately injured in the pregame warm-up. And Carlos, hope you're doing okay out there, buddy. And I know you're proud of your football team, and you're a big part of this season and this success from Vancouver College, along with James Newman Bennett. Sopia's at right tackle, Mandic 52 with a big touchdown on defense as well.
Absolutely.
And Lackner from his left tackle position.
And like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast as well, I was washing my hands in the bathroom earlier and could hear through the paper-thin walls shared with the locker room for the Fighting Irish. They were chanting, "Do it for Declan," at the intermission, very clearly fired up by the unfortunate injury to Carlos Declan that took place before this game even began. And like I said earlier, that can be something that really takes the wind out of your sails, really kills your energy and momentum before the game even starts. But they were clearly fired up today to try and come out and make a statement and get the win for a teammate who had obviously been a big part of this group throughout the entire season and unfortunately could not be here for this game to help them carry it over the finish line. But his teammates very clearly thinking of him throughout this game, and it was evident in the way they started the game. Certainly a dominant performance from the Fighting Irish from start to finish. And we have our first of several individual awards right now. Outstanding lineman going to Rogan Bromley.
Yeah. I think he's going to get back here, probably. The outstanding back, maybe, did they say? Back should be the first award. Well, he's, of course, Bromley is the running back, right? So
they went lineman first.
Okay.
Alejandro Lando is named the outstanding back in this game. And just a tremendous defensive effort from him. 3 interceptions in the first half. And MVP is next.
We'll look for number 52. Is looking pretty good here, probably. Let's see, Rain. No.
Liam McDonald, number 21, named the MVP of this game. It was a huge opening drive for Mason Palmer, but for quarter number 2 and 3, pretty well, Jay. They really did favor putting the ball in the hands of Liam McDonald to great success, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely. Strong runner, boy, I tell you. Yards after contact. Outstanding job by Liam.
And now the captains of the Belmont Bulldogs receiving a sizable ovation from the faithful who traveled with them to watch this game. Very appreciative of the effort that they put up all season long. And it is obviously tough to go through the long grind of a season and come up short in a game like this, Jay, but I think with the benefit of hindsight, you put this a little bit in the rear view, you can be very proud of the journey you went on this year, even though it didn't lead you to a championship.
Yeah, no question, absolutely. And to be playing, on the last day of the season is, really kudos to both of these football programs, the coaches, all the support staff have just, done an outstanding job all season. And, you're talking about coming back all the way back to spring training, back May. You're talking about August training camp. These kids come out 2 weeks. Coaches come out 2 weeks before school starts. Of course, the coaches don't get paid for coaching, but they get a chance to come out 2 weeks before school even starts, and 2-a-day practices, meetings, and boy, I tell you, it's just a lot of dedication.
Congratulations to our 2025 AAA JV champions, the Vancouver College Fighting Irish. A tremendous display, really from start to finish. They were, as we said, terrific on offense, defense, and special teams. They got a defensive touchdown from a lineman, scooping up a live ball and carrying it all the way into the end zone. It was a full team effort, and that is a very, very big roster. So they had a lot of guys to call on, and they all stepped up huge in a game like this. Congratulations one last time to Vancouver College on a hard-fought championship. 53-14, the final score here, as the Fighting Irish triumph over the Belmont Bulldogs. We still have, of course, the AA varsity final, or junior varsity final, I should say, the AA JV championship coming up in about 35 minutes, folks, so don't go anywhere. Jay Prepchuk sticking around with you into the evening. I got to take off, but it will be Tyler McLaren taking over on play-by-play for the evening game. Always a pleasure to do this with you, Jay, however, and I will be back with you, of course, in the saddle to call the All-Star game tomorrow, our first of 3 straight football games from Championship Sunday at BC Place Stadium. You can watch all of those, of course, on the BC School Sports YouTube page for free if you cannot be there in the building to watch them with us in person. Should be a great day of football, of course, and we still have the main event of the evening coming up tonight here from McLeod. It's just over 20 minutes away. The Argyle Pipers taking on the John Barsby Bulldogs. So stick around. Lots of football action coming your way as it's championship weekend here on BC School Sports. I'm Justin Morissette, thanking you on behalf of my broadcast partner, Jay Prepchuk, for joining us for a little pigskin at the BC School Sports Championships.
Will it To the right.